Hey everyone, welcome to the show. For the past 4 years, Experience Milwaukee has shared the behind-the-scenes stories of everything that makes Milwaukee amazing for listeners in more than 40 states and 30 countries. So much of what Adam and I do on this show is made possible by our sponsors, Fuse Spirits, Indeed Brewing, Cost Stereophones, Bitter Cube, Transfer Pizzeria Cafe, and the Big White Yeti Candle Company. We're grateful for their support and for you, our loyal listeners. And now, let's get on with the show, starting with opening music from Milwaukee's very own Black Belt Theater.
Hey everyone, I'm John DeGroot, CEO of New Barons Brewing Cooperative. Milwaukee is beer and community.
Hey guys, I am Heidi Dalibor. I'm also CEO of New Barons Brewing, and I think Milwaukee is its people.
We're making good on 25 to life. We'll blow it open wide.
Adam, hi.
We're live.
Hey, how's it going?
We're live. You can hear the ambiance of New Barons.
Do you want a stool?
No, I'm fine.
You look like you have to pee.
I get really...
It's not a bad Wednesday.
Yeah. This is a good Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's good. It's a good Wednesday.
And we're here with Heidi and John.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Yeah, hey.
Welcome to the show.
I have lots of questions.
Okay.
We're going to grill them tonight, right?
Yeah, we kind of coming here was such a good/bad idea because as we walked in, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna ask this. Ooh, I'm gonna ask this. Ooh, I'm gonna ask this. But let's start. Like, we don't know you
Let's
guys.
start with the hockey stick. Why is the hockey stick in that mural? I need to know. I don't want to
John
hear
can feel this
your
one.
background or history until I know what is that hockey stick about.
Oh my God. So, we've got some hockey fans in the foundership.
Okay.
But he's not here tonight, Mike. He's a big hockey dude. And the whole mural has Easter eggs in it from the 5 founders, the 5 original founders, and that's his Easter egg.
Awesome.
So he's a big hockey guy.
Cool. Does he play?
Yeah, he plays.
does, yeah.
He invited us out to play pond hockey at his house with his parents one time. Yeah.
Awesome.
And he still plays in like an adult league.
Yeah,
And-
like a community.
Yeah, like an
Do you
intramural.
play?
Yeah,
I'm in the old guys league.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm from St. Louis originally. I'm a huge St. Louis Blues fan.
I like the Blues
Yeah.
a little bit. Sometimes.
And sometimes,
I
are you a
qualify-
Blackhawks fan?
No.
Okay, good.
Oilers.
We have.
Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
I do like the Red Wings a little bit too.
Okay,
Just
I'm
because
fine with that.
I watched Yzerman play.
My dad's from Detroit.
Okay.
And he's the one who made us hockey. So we have to appreciate the Red Wings, even though they destroyed the Blues in the 90s. Like the Yzerman teams,
Sorry
Sergei
about that.
Fedorov teams. Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
It was yes. What?
It
Adam.
took us all of 10 seconds.
All right, let's go back
for
to the
us
beer.
to
All right,
go
yeah,
on
sorry,
a
okay.
hot tangent.
So now I know. So now Adam can ask his question. Sorry, audience.
Okay, audience. Let's go back to basics. Let's get John and Heidi. Give us your high-level backstory and tell us how you came to be New Barons.
That's such a huge first question.
I know. I don't mess
Dude,
around.
I think Queens of the Stone
Question
Age
number
are on.
1, tell us everything.
Oh, sorry. All right, Heidi, go.
So I came on board just shortly after New Barons became a thing, maybe a couple months, back in 2016. John had come up with the idea of a brewing co-op, and we had a mutual friend. His name is Phil. Hi, Phil. He thought that I might be a good addition to the team because my background is primarily in the service industry, at least my background that pertains to New Barons. And so John had the brewing down, and we needed someone on board that could help with the event and tap room, maybe some marketing and sales and things like that. So I've been around since 2016, shortly after. But John was really the person that started it.
Nice.
So after you rolled up your sleeves and really got this thing going,
You were like,
John
sorry,
just
you
came
guys
in
are
and said,
doing
hey,
this.
that was my idea, by the way.
No, Heidi was like, you guys are fucking doing this all the wrong way, and here's how we're gonna do this. Go make some beer, let's go. Like that, is that how it works?
I mean, you're not wrong, actually. Right? So I am the original number one. I'm the father here,
Right.
but Heidi is most certainly the mother of this brewery. I mean, when we found her, when we approached her, which wasn't long after we got incorporated. We got incorporated in June of 2016, and then I think we found you in November, right? that fall.
I'm really bad at time. That's probably right.
It was.
We don't
Yeah.
fact check.
Totally.
Yeah, don't
It
worry.
was
cool.
that. And
It
I
was
think
totally November.
at the time, it was like me, my friend Mike, which we talked about earlier with the hockey stick, my
Yeah.
friend Matt, and Sarah, who is a really gifted graphic designer, so she could help paint the picture. But we had no attitude. We had no like wherewithal of what the fuck we were doing. And Heidi
Nobody
came-
does when they start something.
Yeah.
Nobody does. You think, but you don't. You
I'm
just
just
do.
like this nerdy engineer making beer in my apartment. You know, and
there
it's
you go.
pretty good beer, but like I don't know the first thing about like knowing anybody in Milwaukee that would buy it. And she comes along and she's kind of like, all right, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
If you guys have that confidence, then let's go out there. Let's start putting our brand out there. Let's start putting our name out there. And so she kind of was like the kick in the ass, if you will.
Yeah.
That we
Karate
needed.
chop.
And I think that's why we got her on the team right away because we knew we needed that.
Yep.
And so she brought that.
I just can't imagine that happening.
What?
Being the kick in the ass.
By Heidi?
Yeah.
It took me a second to get on board because there's a lot of guys out there that brew beer in their garage and want to start a brewery, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But
100%.
I tried John's beer. We met up a couple different times. I really like the beer.
The best
and then-
swagger is in the
Yeah,
sip.
there you go.
That's right.
I think what really sold me was the cooperative model. It was unique. I had never heard of it before in the brewing industry, and I'm a big people person, and I really, really liked what the mission was in the beginning.
So, Adam, go
Yep.
ahead.
Let's get into it.
What's
it says
the-
New Barons Brewing Co-op.
Yeah, what does that mean? We have
So-
no idea. We're idiots.
So we got what 420 owners now.
Nice.
So,
420?
Yeah,
Ooh.
420.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I think we
Yeah.
recorded this on the wrong day, guys.
I think so too. Well, we'll just release it on that day. How about
Yeah,
that?
there it is.
We'll talk about our little 414 promo later, which we
Right.
just, but anywho, it means that we're consumer owned. So anybody can own this brewery. Literally anybody. We issued 30,000 shares in our corporation. And you know, we're very democratic. So anybody who's an owner elects our board of members, our board of directors. Heidi and I are appointed by that board of directors. So I mean, you know, in theory, somebody can come in and fire us somehow. You know,
Adam,
There could be a
let's
mutiny.
do it.
yeah. There
Let's
could be a
take
Project
over.
Overthrow
I
starts
have
now.
$5.
But yeah,
I don't have anything.
We're
Is that
in
bad?
trouble. We're in trouble. Oh, crap.
it's about immersion. I think it's about getting into our business model. It's about you can do as little or as much as you want. You know, if you want to just be a member owner to get the perk at the tap room, that's great. We love you. If you want to come in and make a difference and say, man, John and Heidi are doing this shit all wrong. I'm going to run for board president and make sure that they get on the right track. You can do that too. You know?
I can imagine Steve coming in here in a suit, just pressing the flesh, politicking.
Like it
You
doesn't
guys
fit
like those chairs,
properly.
huh? That one's a little wobbly. But
I still
when
won't
I-
get you very far here.
Yeah.
This is a
I'll
brewery.
knock over a beer. Like, oh, it's messy in here.
Yeah, right.
Points off for
place
messiness.
is- yeah.
Anyway, I'm running for president of New Barons Brewing Co-op.
See my card. I'll make business cards and stickers.
We did have a couple member owners, actually, guys that did podcasts with us a while back. They have a Beer Forward podcast. And the second they got a membership, they changed all their social media and their job descriptions as owners of the New Barons. Took it
I'm
very
gonna do
seriously.
that.
I love it. Oh, that's
No, I
such a
won't do
funny-
that. So, can I ask a dumb question? Does the board decide on like how revenue is deployed, like improvements to the building, the equipment you have to buy, or is that one person or all of the above?
It's
It
a collective
depends.
decision.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
If they're minor expenses, like day-to-day expenses that Heidi has to make the customer experience a little bit better, no. You know, if she wants to
just do that.
spend a couple $100 on, you know, we just bought some window tint, for example, because the sun comes in and
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Blinds you.
Plus
You
it's
know,
fresh.
we don't need board approval for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we're about to invest a couple grand into, you know, a patio improvement, you know, that's something that we seek consensus with the board.
Check it out, okay.
And it's good because they're like, we think of them as advisors, you know, like, and on the board we've got a CEO at a different company, we've got somebody who works at a small venture capital firm, we've got, you know, a marketing person, we've got somebody who works in commercial real estate, you know, and so getting these minds involved is a good thing because, like, you know, Heidi and I are kind of faking it until we make it, and then we've got
Same here. Yeah.
we've got these experts who are like, well, maybe think about this before you do that. You know, like, and in that way, it's kind of it's a good net, a safety net. You know.
What does
Solid advice too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
What does a base member get if they sign up, or are there levels that the more you pay, the more benefits you have as like someone that comes in, or how does that work?
So yeah, so membership when you sign up, well the day you sign up in the tap room you get $2 off of every beer, and you get a little sash and a big extra big mug to drink out of, and you're the baron of the day, you know, kind of like a fun little thing. But then moving forward from that, once you become a member owner, you get $1 off every beer in the tap room, 20% off of merchandise, a discount on to-go beers, all those kind of really small, tangible things. And then it really kind of becomes based on what that member can get out of it, and it's really different for every person. So we've got member owners that have their own small business and they want to sell their products out of the tap room, but we can range for us to sell product through here. We've got some that want to grow their business and they teach workshops, so they can use our space to teach a workshop. We've got member owners that are homebrewers and really want to get involved in the beer education that we do. We've done a couple different beer education style classes. We've done one on, we did a yeast class that John was very excited about. We'll teach people how to...
Adam hates yeast.
Like really
he can't pronounce
classes.
it. Yeah, he can't pronounce it ever.
Do you work with a lot of really weirdly named yeasts?
You know, my best friends are these single-celled organisms that live in the trillions in my tank, and that's who I talk to all day. So when Heidi comes in and I'm a little grouchy or not very personable, that's why.
Right now we're doing a really cool with our member owners. It's called Club Kolsch. So what we did was we threw a class talking all about what Kolsch beer is, and we invited member owners, particularly ones that were home brewers, and we started what will end up being like a 6-month-long project. They're brewing their own version of a Kolsch. We just did the review of their first beers. We've got 6 different homebrewing teams. So they all brewed a Kolsch. They came in. They're going to get a real technical judging from John that can help them with their technique and help them learn how to be better brewers. And then we also invited the public to come so we can get a consumer-facing side of things and what do people want to see in this beer? What are they more likely to order? So we can combine all this information at the end of it. We're going to do, I think, 4 different runs of this before we finalize a final Kolsch recipe and brew it all together and release it commercially. It's probably the most involved we've gotten the member owners in an actual beer. And a way you can get really heavily involved in the beer side of things, which is obviously the ultimate goal.
I think it's about access. I mean,
That's
you know,
so cool.
There's so many people, and you know, I used to be one of these people, so I know that go to a brewery and they get like starstruck by the brewers there, and they're like, oh, I want to meet them. I want to learn how to brew beer like they're making beer, you know. And so we wanted to make that experience more approachable. I think for our ownership, and you know, with these 6 different teams that we have for this Club Kolsch project. We're giving that experience. I met with half of them already to tell them how their beer could be a little bit better, you know, and I give them honest feedback. And they're going to come back the next time, and I think a couple of them are really going to hit it out of the park, you know. And so I'm helping them, you know, with their craft, because I used to be that garage brewer, you know, and so it's very exciting. And then as Heidi mentioned, bringing in the customer too, any member owner who wants to be like, you know, this is my brewery, I want to see, make sure that the beer that tastes good gets made, you know, like getting them involved too. Right? Yeah. Right.
You also get access, just to bring it back quickly to what else they get. There is a way that will make dividends based on their patronage. This is not a way to make money, but there is a small investment if you want to count it as that. I don't know, am I missing anything?
I don't know. That was a cavalcade of
Adam would make
freaking
millions.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
It's $200, and I think what makes this unique and a little bit different economically is that it's a one-time payment. So once you're in for the rest of your life. We're about to launch a subscription model, which we can talk about later, but to make it even more accessible, you can pay in installments so that it's a little bit easier to get involved.
It's kind of funny, the depth of the stuff that we can do for a membership has also been how it's been hard for us to explain it to people because, like, you know, it depends. Like, what are you looking for? And so it's really hard to like distill it out into like a Facebook post or like to an Instagram post, which is, you know, the world we live in. So, you know, it does take you coming into the tap and kind of learning a little bit about us, having multiple conversations. A lot of times Heidi or the bar staff will kind of turn it around on anybody who asks what membership is about and be like, well, what is it that you're looking for?
Yeah.
And how do we help you make that happen?
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the conversation, I think, is at its best.
Speaking of hanging out here, this feels really community vibe. Like
It does.
we were watching both of you, and well, Heidi, you were like, you know everybody in here, I think, and it feels real family-ish. I don't know if that was an intention, but
Absolutely.
everyone seems very courteous. Everyone, like, even
Friendly.
these guys that came up to the studio, like, hey, they didn't want to disturb us with our mics, you know.
But they also like
Yeah.
cheers us
They
too,
cheers
which
us
is
when they came
badass.
up, and
We want everyone that comes in to feel like they're already a regular, even if it's their first time here. One of our bartenders, James, he always says "welcome home" when you come in. That's just what he says, like "welcome home." Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you pick up on that vibe. That's what we're
Yeah,
going for.
it's really grassroots vibe. I mean, like,
right.
we've only ever gotten as big as how many owners we've had. So like we're at kind of that middle ground now. We've got enough members now. We've got this community-owned brewery.
Yeah.
We're off the ground. But the only way that we're going to get bigger is with more ownership and more of that pride around the brand. And it's cool. It's grassroots, so it takes some time. Slow and steady wins the race. But it's worth it because you know everybody, and it's a fun place to hang out.
it is. It seems fun. My first time here. Your first time?
Second time.
Second time. Okay. We're on the balcony. The mezzanine.
This is our inside
Yeah,
patio.
we're on the mezzanine.
I'm gonna call it a balcony. We're on the
I like that.
upper private balcony.
This is no
VIP,
general
VIP,
admission.
right? Yeah,
Any
VIP.
adjectives here? The upper mid-level balcony that overlooks the bar.
It's really fun. I like the music that's playing. Adam shushed me because I.
I was like, dude, let Heidi talk.
Yeah, sorry. So, what else goes on here? Like, are there events that can a member like reserve the space, or how does
Yeah,
what else can sort of
So
happen here?
members have access to the space, and it depends on what they want to do. We don't have a set protocol in place when it comes to your everyday reservation. If we need to shut down the tap room for any point, they would get discounts on what that would look like to rent the whole place out. But yeah, they always get first dibs if we need a reservation or something like that. We do oftentimes have like this upstairs area, for instance, reserved for a group of member owners, whether it be some sort of celebration. John just used it himself for his birthday party.
Yeah.
He smoked some corned beef. His birthday's on St. Patrick's Day.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
And he smoked some beautiful corned beef and had a party up here, and they did Rubens
In the
and
upper private patio.
VIP.
in the balcony. In the balcony.
It's changing.
Yeah.
It's changing.
Well, there's been other cool
High rise.
stuff like the macrame class is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
We've got a member owner. She does a macrame
Shout out to
workshop.
Kate Sandoval.
Yeah.
So she has her own private macrame business that she started very recently, and so she actually hosts classes here. So you can come in. She provides all the materials and takes you through a class, and then you can drink beer and do
that's so
macrame.
cool.
Yeah.
And then, only a few doors down is a chocolatier called Melt Chocolate. And we've done at least, 3 events now?
I think they were around 4 or 5.
And we
do
do-
like a
we do-
chocolate and beer pairing.
Yeah, chocolate beer pairing. And so they come in, we have an event, they come in. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, we try to make member owner events happen all the time.
Something that's new to the brewery that we just started doing last year is live music.
Oh, nice.
So for our anniversary party, for instance, we invited, I think it was 3 different member owner bands. There was Burgundy Ties, Tigera, and Lost Orange Cat, and we had a couple solo acts as well. And we did an event out here, so we
By
invite
the pergola?
just east of the pergola, yes.
Got it. Just east of the pergola.
So we so we set up a
wooden
stage.
thing out there.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing like a live music series this coming summer, and we're going to highlight a bunch of different local artists, but we'll definitely put a focus on the member owner bands that we have.
Nice. So that's a good segue into what is coming up. Summer is, believe it or not, close. What do you have planned? What's happening? What are you looking at for the rest of this year?
We're getting into the busy season, so Heidi touched on the music,
summer.
but we got so much stuff coming up. Heidi, what do we got?
The big event that I'm looking forward to the most, even though all the events are super fucking awesome, right?
Yep.
Is our summer kickoff. So on June 3rd, it is Bayview Gallery Night. For those that aren't familiar, a bunch of local businesses invite artists in to sell their artwork. There's a lot of community art projects that go on. We are part of it. I know Melt Chocolates, I told you we're the member owners here.
Yep.
They're actually one of the official hosts of it. So we're going to be doing a community art project here. We've got some beer barrels that people will be painting, but then we're throwing our summer kickoff party the same night. We've got Big Shot Robot in the house. He's going to be our official artist.
Nice.
The man.
And then we've got a full music lineup that's going to go from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're going to stage out there and have a big party. We got food trucks coming. So that's what I'm looking forward to, right? Because I feel like that's going to be the real kickoff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm ready to just have a really good time.
Okay,
I cannot wait.
I have random questions now, if you guys are up for it.
Like kind of rapid fire?
Only
Yeah.
if we can return some rapid questions.
Bring it on.
Hell
Bring it on,
yeah.
John.
We've got a couple
Yeah.
that we've
Hell
asked
yeah.
people.
All right.
All right, random question number 1. How did the artwork on the plain coasters start?
Well, we are a poor brewery, so we had to get shitty coasters,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So we
We
put
can't
them
just
out.
be affording branded
That's from
coasters
Walmart.
in here.
I think
Like,
it's
It was, someone just started sketching on them when they were like signing their receipt or something. So we just started putting out pens and chalk markers along the bar, and people
What a
just started
great
going
idea.
wild.
Yeah.
Some are really good. We actually have a private stack that we don't use for customers anymore.
good.
The
Which,
Coaster
by
Hall
the
of
way-
Fame.
They have
The
Jenny's
Coaster
sign and
Hall of
stuff.
Fame.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
Right.
there's
By
a
the
mural.
way-
There's a mural here in the future with
I
all
pulled
those.
all 4 of these out of the private vault.
Oh,
so,
I want to wreck it then.
Well, this one
No,
this
what-
one is James. There's a bunch of James ones
Okay,
here.
all right.
The Brewers one because I thought it was just appropriate.
The one with the eyeball hanging
Yeah,
out
so
of
that's
the
our
side.
buddy
It's pretty dark,
Brian.
but I love it.
Yeah.
Brian has a business here in the warehouse. He's got a motorcycle shop on the 4th floor. He's very
Okay.
proud of that.
He should be.
We used to
It's
do a drink
awesome.
and draw kind of a thing that you guys have taken it to an all new level.
Yeah,
So,
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. That's such a cool
all right,
idea.
what's your rapid fire number 2?
Okay, rapid fire number 2.
Before John takes over the podcast.
What is with the mustachioed raccoon?
Oh,
in the
that's a
mural?
good one.
I know there's Easter eggs. We alluded to the Easter eggs early in the podcast. I know there's, but the raccoon is center stage.
We've got,
and he's got a mustache.
I got 2 answers. So
good.
the first is so one of Heidi's tattoo artists came in here.
Nice.
And
Chacho from Watkins Point Tattoo. Shout out
that's
Chacho.
amazing.
Shout out.
Creative Collective, yeah. And he came in here and he looks at our wall and he goes, "You guys need a raccoon." we were like, what? We were like, he's like, yeah. He was like dead serious. You guys need a raccoon. And then we started to think about it, and we're like, okay, we're this scrappy brewery that doesn't have a lot of money. We're grassroots. We're just trying to get off the ground, making use of what we can find. We're like, dude, raccoons are spirit animals.
Well played. All thought out.
And so we were like, all right, we're putting the raccoon on the wall.
Nice.
Love it. Okay.
The second part,
Oh,
the
go ahead.
mustache comes
Yes.
in because he didn't have a name for the longest time. And so we did a member. This is a member thing. We had a night we would come in and submit names, and then I think that we had like 60 names or something.
Yep.
And the board of directors narrowed it down to a dozen or so, and then we did a member owner vote. We try to do about a vote a month or so, and this is one of the kind of throwaway fun votes where you can name the raccoon. So is it Raleigh? Raleigh Fingers, still Brewers player.
Yep.
So he's got the stash. So
There you
Raleigh
go.
Fingers. I really wanted to be Clarice from Silence of the Lambs, but I was beat out.
Oh, well, that would have been really fun to walk into New Barons and go, "Hello, Clarice.
I still think it's a lady raccoon.
Lovely to see you again."
She's a fucking boss.
I wanted to
But
call them scabs. Scabs.
Scabs got it.
I do kind of like that.
Scabs got a ton of votes. Yeah.
Damn, those
I
are
like
all
Raleigh.
good.
I'm sorry,
Raleigh
Raleigh.
Fingers
Yeah.
is good, but those are both really good too.
This is, you become a member owner, this is kind of shit you get to vote.
That's quality
This
time.
is kind of the big
So
high
the
level
name-
stuff.
You leave your family behind and you come and take care of serious business here.
This is serious business.
The name one, Sarah came in the next day unprompted and just put a mustache on it.
Yep. Oh my god, that's so fantastic.
All right.
And the last quick fire question was, I assume no food is made here, but can you order in,
Yeah.
or can you go get food and bring it in?
We encourage both those things.
Okay.
We have a couple partnerships. So first of all, we try to utilize our memberships for snacks. So we've got Pete's Pops here. We sell
Nice.
those. We've got Lush Popcorn, another member owner. We sell a ton of both of those things. The popcorn especially is phenomenal.
Sure.
If you don't know about them, check them out. I think they're in Sherman, Phoenix all the time, right? We're working with Pete's Pops on a project for the summer as well.
Yeah.
We have a partnership with Transfer Pizza down the street. So if you
We've heard of them.
Yes.
I've heard of them.
Oh.
They're our
We
home
love
away
them.
from home.
Yes, they are fantastic. They actually helped sponsor our Milwaukee party last year. They do free delivery to the tap room. We're super close, so it's almost like you're eating there. It's really
Buy one,
great.
get one beer.
Yeah, so if you order
What?
from there, you
So
can
if
buy
you
one,
order
get one
pizza,
beer from
you can
us.
buy one, get one beer here.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Let's do it.
Let's get some
I'll leave my
pizza.
Big Mac in my backpack.
Gross.
Yeah.
Why is it in your? I don't want to know.
It's next to the fries.
Okay, those are my rapid fire.
All right, John, what do you got?
questions.
What do you got for us?
Hit us
So
with it.
we have this interview question.
Oh,
Ooh, hit us with
It's so
it.
funny.
I
Anybody
like
who's
it, I
ever
like
worked here, or anybody who's run for the board of directors, even, we've asked this question.
I asked all the bartenders
shit.
before I hired them too.
I want to make sure you get it right. Is it? You say it. Yeah.
If you had to fight 10, hold on, let me think.
It's a dozen.
A dozen. Okay, a dozen duck-sized horses, or one horse-sized duck.
I'm fucking up that duck.
Who would? Okay, which one would you choose
Yeah.
to fight? And you gotta tell me
I want
why.
why.
The reason why is
gonna
why.
be-
is
yeah,
that-
All right, you go. You want to go first? Because I have a way better answer. So you go first.
Go ahead. You've done this before. I
A
bet.
dozen
You fought.
duck-sized horses. My God.
They'll get
A
you.
duck- a
You
duck-
can't take a dozen.
A dozen at a
I can
time.
100% take
No,
a
you
dozen
can't.
of them.
No, you
what I
can't.
can't take is a horse-sized duck that could eat me in one bite.
I
They
think
can't
that
do
big
anything.
flap.
I think the quacker. I think the beak.
That beak will snap
I'll
you in
punch
half
that fu- I'll
like
punch
a
that duck.
Can you give me some strategy? I would love to hear it.
Yeah,
On
let's
the-
hear.
on the
let's hear
giant
your,
duck?
Yeah.
let's hear your bold
What's your
strategy.
approach?
They can't turn quickly. I'll be right
need-
behind that duck,
you-
punching it in the back, and then
They
to
can
the
turn their
front.
head around
Great,
really
you
quickly,
hit it in
can't
the
they?
anus.
Can't they turn their
But they
head
don't
all
know
the
what
way
they're
around?
Now
doing.
your
They're-
fist is stuck in its anus.
Do you
Now
ever
what?
see ducks like fly into a swimming pool and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck am I
I
doing
have
here? I
never
don't know
seen a
what
duck
to do."
fly into a swimming pool, have you?
I have never
Into a swimming
fought
pool?
a
Not like-
horse-sized
not like-
duck in a swimming
They
pool.
will land in a swimming pool and they'll be like, "Now what do I do? I don't know what the fuck to do."
Webbed feet alone.
They can't do shit.
Crush you.
You can push it over.
Oh my God, dude.
Wait,
I
you're gonna
cannot
push it
believe how-
over?
This is why we asked this question.
I cannot believe how wrong you are.
It's hotly debated.
It is.
Yeah.
It is egregious.
I'm mad now. I'm gonna leave
I
this
like.
egregious.
podcast.
I really like.
You're
your
gonna wake up in
different
the middle of the
answers.
night with like a million reasons why you have
No,
one.
with like feathers in my hand and blood in the other.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I've already stomped out all the horse-sized
You'll
ducks.
never do that. You're
Or
not fast
duck-sized
enough for
horses.
12. No,
Carry the one. Yeah.
no.
And what are they gonna do? Trample me?
Yes.
No, they're
They'll knock you over.
duck-sized.
All right.
Ugh.
I wonder
I
if.
win.
Okay, so I got a follow-up.
This
then.
is really fun.
You
You're-
had no strategy.
Good question.
Okay, so then what animal
You were anus
would you
punching yours.
We're
Slowest
hiring
person.
bartenders, so if you got a really great answer for this, come apply, please.
Yeah.
They're gonna study this podcast.
And FYI, the really good answer is stomping out
No,
duck-sized horses.
I got a hot question.
I gotta.
That was a good one.
Yeah, what do you think makes a beer good?
What do
That
you?
was gonna be one of mine.
What? Say that again. I missed
What
it.
do you think makes a beer good beer?
Friends.
Okay,
Love that answer.
that's
He
a good
had to
answer.
go from the heart.
Love that answer. That's a sentimental one.
If you had to talk about what's in the glass, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Friends.
How do people? What do they do? What if they want to sign up? What if they want to become a member? What if they
Yeah,
want to
give
follow?
us a skinny on
New
following
Barons,
and all that
like,
good stuff.
where do they go?
I mean, my favorite way for someone to sign up is to be in the tap room. I feel like you get the
Yes.
experience. You can talk to the bartender about it. You can sign up right here on an iPad. You can also sign up online anytime, right from your phone. So just newbaronsbrewing.com.
Before we do say goodbye on this one, what is this deliciousness that we have right now?
It is phenomenal.
It's a pecan porter. So it's made with real pecans. So what we do is we emulsify roasted pecans in pasteurized water. So pasteurized water means it's at least 180 degrees because nothing on planet Earth lives above 180 degrees. So it's about
Only my wife.
making it sanitized.
in the shower.
So
There's,
red.
there's
Yeah.
certain things and certain bacteria in volcanoes that do, but we don't live near those, so that's fine.
I love that little
And so-
side note.
Yeah, that little side note.
You haven't noticed.
So you use an immersion blender and you grind up those pecans and you turn it into a paste, and then we inject those pecans into the fermenter. It's late in the process, and the yeast will actually come around and they'll eat the oils and render it all out, and it leaves behind a great pecan roasty flavor in the porter, and then
Delicious.
We've got a pecan porter.
We canned it
amazing.
for the first time this last
you
winter,
can
which is very
actually smell.
exciting.
Yeah.
It was our
Where do
first like
where do the cans go?
people's homes.
They're gone.
They're all
From-
gone. We sold
Yeah.
out.
buddy.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm gonna cry at the end of the show.
Well, you're not
We
a
can
member.
crowler some from you.
Yeah,
If anyone's
absolutely.
interested to go beer, we can crowler anything off the tap line.
So I have to answer Heidi's question because you guys almost got it right. And you're bantering about what makes, I think, a beer great.
All right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tell us what you think makes beer great.
What makes a beer great is if you want another one.
Simple, right?
It's the simplest
You son of a bitch. Or 5 more.
It's the easiest yet most accurate.
I mean, it's the everyman.
You're right.
It's the everyman's drink, right? Like, you know, it's not as sophisticated.
That was a
as,
trick question.
It's not as sophisticated
There's
as
no
wine
wrong
and spirits.
answer.
Manny knew the whole time.
Do you
Yeah.
know what? And we knew this. We knew this answer because Paul Hletko of View Spirits gave us that same answer.
Really?
He said, "Well,
If you want more, buy more.
Yeah,
You're gonna
he
buy
said,
more.
He said, I don't care how you enjoy it, just buy more.
Yeah.
Just if you poured it the way you like it, and you liked it, then buy
good.
more. Then you want more.
I just think
more.
as a community brand, that's our answer. You know, like, you know, we want folks to enjoy themselves. You know, and Heidi's right. There is no wrong answer, but you know,
Except Adams.
I guess as you know, if people are asking me as the brewer of the beer, like what I'm looking for when I'm trying to think of did I do a good job making this beer? That's my answer.
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
So far, you've been
Thanks,
right
yeah.
3 times over.
I think
Because
those were like
it's 5 a.m. somewhere.
Yeah.
I had the Behind,
Oh,
which is my personal
from
favorite.
the
because
beers you're having.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
I have some 6-packs for you guys to go. I got a little mixed max 6-pack for you guys.
Oh, that's on the podcast.
He does that all the time.
Remember when we said we were doing this podcast for
Yeah.
free beer?
Well, that worked out.
Sir, we've made it.
All right. Excellent.
Finally.
Well, she didn't say it was
200
free.
episodes in.
She didn't say it was free. Anyway.
We just have to become members at $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a small price of $200 membership, this 6-pack is all yours.
And that 6-pack is all yours. Take it right out the door.
I'll take 40. Thanks for jumping on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
This is
having us.
so much fun.
So much fun.
And it was awesome that you turned it around on us. That
Yeah.
has never happened
Yeah.
in the almost 200 episodes we've had. Nobody's ever been like, guess
here.
what? We're asking you questions.
Some people have asked us a question, but no one has ever
They're
said.
always coyly
No one ever
asking
said, we're not done yet. We have more for you. And that took over. So that
And
was awesome.
we couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Cool. So, Adam,
Let's wrap this baby up. And now, Milwaukee's own Black Belt Theater.